I just feel like everyone's at a place right now that they're like feeling defeated, like they're never gonna find the one. I know for me and for a lot of other girls that like when I liked someone in the past anyway, I don't do this anymore, but I would give them everything.
Way
like,
too wifey.
Yeah, but I usually like approaching guys more than them approaching me, because I feel like if they're approaching me, they're approaching everyone. I feel like a guy has to like a girl a little bit more than she likes him in order for it to work out. If you're questioning as a guy, I think I can do better, you're not in the right relationship. That's the thing. I think today not a lot of people want to take accountability for their own lives and what's happening in their lives. Like,
my friends, welcome back to the Smoky Mirror Podcast, where we dive deep into the creative minds that shape our culture and inspire us all. I'm Jordan Jones, your host and fellow creator, on a mission to share knowledge and inspiration to help you make your mark on the world. From artists and musicians to entrepreneurs and more, join us as we explore the intentional act of creation and the forces that drive us to do God's work. Today, I'm joined with, respectfully, Gabby, the host of Way Too Wifey podcast.
Yes.
She is a podcaster, obviously, and a dating coach, correct?
Yeah.
So what made you want to get into dating coaching? Like, what is...
So it kind of like fell on my lap. Like, I guess we can take it back to 2020, where everyone was kind of losing their jobs. Everyone was kind of figuring their life out. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure out a way to make some more income, because my 9-to-5 was just like not cutting it at the time. So
what were you doing?
Recruiting.
Oh, wait, what company?
Oh God, tech system.
I used to work there too.
No way.
I swear. So you know Diego?
What office?
I used to work at the Miami office before it was gone.
No way. Oh, it's gone now?
Yeah, they like merged it with Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
It's crazy, small world.
Yeah, I actually do know Diego. He was in a different office though.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, yeah. So I wanted some passive income, whatever. So I started TikToking, and I was just like posting videos on like dancing and just random things. And it wasn't really taking off until I started posting dating content. So I posted a video on like how guys should shoot their shot, and that did well. And then I kind of kept doing it that way. But
wait, how should guys shoot their shot?
Oh God.
What'd you say in the video?
Well, it was actually just like a story time, I guess, more
okay.
so because I was out with my girlfriends, and these guys approached us. They gave us this little like Post-it note saying, you pick who you like, or something stupid like that. And I'm like, this is kind of cute in a weird way. I wasn't really attracted to any of them, but whatever, here, take it or leave it. Not that guys should shoot their shot that way, but it was a way. So I just kind of made a story time about it, and it like popped up. But yeah, I was posting like dating content and spiritual content, and I started a spiritual podcast. And it wasn't really like hitting for me. Like I felt like I was relying too heavily on other people to come on and talk about it. And as you know, I'm sure people have been like super flaky. Yeah. Okay. So I kind of stopped wanting to do that. And I also started a business of an online clothing boutique for women. And I hated doing it. It sucked. I was like, this is not for me. And I felt like every time I was like, tried to work on it, it was like taking so much energy for me to do it. And I'm like, this is not for me. So I stopped doing both of them at the same time. So I went from 3 things at once, my 9-to-5, the podcast, and my boutique, to just my 9-to-5. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now? And then I kind of just kept posting dating content specifically on TikTok. And that started doing really well. And everyone's like, you should make a podcast. You should make a podcast. I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that again. And my friend at the time, we would call each other every week. And it was like, damn, we should do a podcast. Because it was like constant struggle after struggle after struggle of like guys that we were dating at the time. And I was talking to this guy, and I was giving him like the wifey treatment, all of the things. And he just like was taking advantage of it. I'm like, my friend was like, hey, you're giving this man way too wifey. I'm like, oh my God, that's the name of our podcast.
That's a lit name.
Yeah. So she actually ended up not doing it. She was like, I'm getting too bogged down with work, and I don't think this is my path. So I ended up doing it myself. And I was getting a lot of girls reach out to me on DMs like, hey, I'm going through this right now. What should I do? So I'm like, why don't I just do dating coaching? I feel like everything was pointing me in that direction. So I recently just opened that. So I haven't I actually have like people starting this next week, but like it's still very fresh. But ironically, I got fired from my 9 to 5 this week.
Wow.
Yeah. So, well, not fired. I was laid off, but.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a little different.
Anyway, I was laid off from my company, and I honestly, this is like the weird part is I made more money doing like my side hustle things than I would have if I was in my 9 to 5 that week. Wow, so
that's nice.
I just feel like it's like the universe, God's way of saying like, this is what you're meant for. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Stars are aligning.
Yeah. Like, let me take out all the distractions and focus on this.
That's great. I love how you didn't give up, even though you tried things, it didn't work.
Yeah.
You just kept on chugging and you just followed the signs. It's like, I feel like when you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's easy. You don't really have to try that hard.
Yeah. So, I mean, like for anyone that's like not sure about what they're supposed to be doing, I feel like just put yourself out there and like do the first step, because even if it's a fail, it's going to lead you on to like your track. Yeah. And that's what happened to me. And I feel like this is like what I'm supposed to be doing. And
I think people kind of tell you what they want too. Like people are commenting or DMing you, or like you get a lot of views on the things that people want to see. And it's like, oh, okay, like I can make content around this.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're really passionate about like helping people with dating?
Yeah. I always knew I wanted to help people, but I just didn't know how. And I just feel like after I started posting, I'm like, this is stuff I actually am interested in. I'm interested in like people's behavior and why they are the way that they are, and like why we choose the partners we do. And I feel like if you choose the wrong partner, that can lead you down a path of like an awful life. Or if you choose the right partner, your life is gonna like multiply. So so that's why I'm passionate about it. I feel like I can talk about this forever.
How do you go about picking guests?
Like on my podcast?
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of come to me. Like every time I'm like, damn, I really need a guest. It's either a video will resonate with me on TikTok and I'll just pick them, or someone's like, hey, I really want to come on your podcast. I'm like, cool, let's do it. But
so I saw the latest one with that lady. Remind me her name.
Diana.
Yeah. She was pretty cool. I liked her.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
That was a good episode. So you just saw her on TikTok, DM'd her like, yo, Diana, get on my show.
Well, she actually reached out to me first. She commented on one of my videos because I was talking to this guy who lived in San Diego at the time. And she was like, oh my God, I wonder if it's like someone I know. And I'm like, probably not. But because she lives in San Diego. Oh, okay. So, and then like she posted a video. I'm like, hey, why don't you come on my podcast and talk about this? So.
What are some of the biggest things that girls are asking for help on?
I just feel like everyone's at a place right now that they're like feeling defeated, like they're never going to find the one. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with like the confidence within themselves to like set the boundaries that they need to and like actually pursue the right person. And they keep falling in these toxic cycles of like entertaining these guys that are giving them minimum effort. So like building up the confidence to actually set the boundaries and like keep your boundaries in place to attract the right person.
I think that makes sense. I feel like if you want somebody, especially, I mean, I'm not a girl, so I don't know, but this is just my perception. It's like, you like this person, so you're going to kind of like put up with some bullshit because you like them.
I see that all the time,
both people, I feel like both sexes do that.
How do guys, do you think?
I mean, I feel like with guys, it's like, she's hot, so I'll look past a lot of the bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, the physical is good, so...
I think it's harder too in Miami because you have like all the distractions, all the really attractive people that live here, the partying, whatever. So it's like the adding that extra factor makes it tougher.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with it's just tough to find people that you want to be with
of value
in Miami. Yeah, like it's hard as fuck.
Yeah,
I think I feel like apps is like the best way for me to meet people.
Really,
like, meeting people in real life is hard as hell. Like obviously I meet people.
Do you shoot your shot in real life?
I be shooting my shot hellas in real life, but a lot of times in real life, it's like people who aren't from here.
Okay.
They're like, oh yeah, I'm XYZ. But it's just hard to run into somebody you want to date.
Actually, that lives here.
At the grocery store.
Wait, so what apps are you on?
I think Hinge is probably my favorite one. That's really the one the main one I use.
Do you feel like you run into a lot of people that don't live here?
Not on Hinge.
Oh, okay.
I feel like when I'm out and about, well, I guess it depends. In Miami Beach, like in South Beach,
that's
a lot of that.
Everyone.
I feel like in Wynwood, I'll meet a mix.
Yeah.
Like regular people and,
out-of-towners.
Out-of-towners, yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like the connection when you meet people like at the club or whatever, it just isn't the same.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just doesn't, it never hits. Like I've been in Miami since 2018. It's just never been.
You're saying that it doesn't hit in person? or just at the club?
No, I'm saying like the people I meet, they don't like. It's like, oh yeah, they were cool. I guess it's for somebody I met. At the club.
Well, you're meeting them at the club.
That's
like,
what I'm
that's
saying.
your problem.
I have nowhere. Like, where do you go to meet people?
I'm like a day person, so I don't like going out at night anymore. So I'll meet a lot more people during the day. So just like restaurants, events, meetups, whatever.
So just like go to the mall.
Yeah, because I realize like the person that I want is not gonna be out at a club.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think about like you can't change that person if you were to meet them out in a club and then like months go on and they're still wanting to like party.
How do you feel about this if we did like a speed dating event?
Ooh.
How cool would that be, where it's like we bring a bunch of people that we think are like, cool, hip, young, or whatever, and then we just like do like a speed dating event.
Let's do it.
I really want to do that.
Miami?
Yeah, Miami speed dating. I went to one while I was here. Like, this was
where?
Pre-COVID. It was in like North Miami, and it was a lot of fun. Like,
really?
It was like 2 minutes.
Were there actually like people that you would consider talking to? That's what my fear is with those.
I met 2 people that I considered talking to.
Okay.
And like I went on a date with one.
But that's a pretty good number. Like,
yeah,
all you need is
and it was
really
fun. People drinking, having a good time. I think there was like a contest or something. I can't remember, but
oh my god, let's do this.
I'm definitely down to do that. Okay, cool. Because I honestly really like to connect people and bring people of like the same frequency, vibe. I want to bring them together. And me personally, I'd be struggling to find people that I'm like, yeah, I like them. I want to have a future with them. Yeah. And it's like you find somebody who looks attractive. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's just up here. It's just the quality.
You're not. Something's not clicking up there.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm kind of like
it's the Miami water.
Yeah, it's like look, I am a big like I need the chick to be hot, but then I'm also like I get bored when they're not that sharp. I guess is the word. So I don't know. Same.
I'm more of like a mind person. So if you can't entertain me within like the first couple of days, I'm out. I'm checked out.
Yeah, and I also think there's unrealistic expectations from social media. I feel like people instantly want to be either people are like resentful because they like got hurt and now they're like, oh fuck these. And
that's a whole like cycle that we're in right now.
A whole cycle. It's just down bad. I feel like social media pulls us apart when we really should be working together.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so I was looking at this TikTok the other day. And it was saying, this is kind of off topic, but it is like in regards to social media and like being more attractive to like the opposite sex, that girls are going in specifically because of how like for like augmentations or like facials, whatever, because of the way that they look on pictures instead of in person. Isn't that wild?
That is
like,
wild.
No, I like the way I look in person, but in the photo, it's like, why are we comparing ourselves in a photo when like you take a picture of a sunset and it's not nearly as
right. That's crazy. I didn't know about that.
That's insane, right?
It does make sense though, because like social media and Instagram, like you get a lot of attention and validation from that. Some people just, I'm not photogenic. You know what I'm saying? And I even heard like women have just a lot of more negative emotions about themselves and their body. And Instagram basically makes money off of that. Yeah. And all these companies like selling you makeup and all these products, it's kind of bogus that they make you feel bad in order to sell you stuff, but
that's the world we live in.
That's the world we live in.
That's America. Welcome to America.
Yikes, capitalism. Let's make you feel bad so we can make money.
Literally.
So one of the things that I am interested in, because I think I read a statistic where like more and more men are like single and like haven't had a girlfriend in like years or like haven't had sex in a long time. Mm-hmm. Where do you think we're headed in 10, 20 years? Like, I feel like the guys are getting left behind because we're not going to college as much. People are feeling dejected. Girls, I don't know.
It's because of college?
Well, no, but I just know that guys are going to college less, which means they're going to be earning less. Yeah. Women are going to college more. They don't date down.
Yeah. No, I think like, honestly, you have to look at like where our parents came from. Like it all, like generation by generation is just going to keep like dwindling down. But our parents, I feel like a lot of them had divorces. So a lot of people grew up without fathers and they didn't realize how to become that man that they were supposed to be. So, they're lacking a lot of skills. So whereas women, it's like, okay, I have to become the man because I didn't have a father. So I have to now step into that role. And they're becoming a lot more successful, a lot more driven. Whereas like men are like, I don't really like what value do we need from men now? Because we have everything that we need. So if someone were to have step into my life, I would need them to bring like more value to my life, not more stress, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, I think that's in 10, 20 years. I don't know where we're heading, but hopefully people are doing the healing now. So where our future generations aren't affected as much by this.
Hopefully, right? I don't know. I'm not very optimistic. I'm kind of worried. I feel like we're getting less or more and more awkward, especially like
well, yeah, because of social media.
Yeah, the generation of kids we just had with COVID, isolation, like then we got porn and people just
well, that's been around.
That has been around, but I feel like it hasn't been as
accessible.
I mean,
guess?
with OnlyFans, it's like that's
yeah.
different. You know, we always had the porn industry, but now it's like anybody can do it.
Would you date a girl who did OnlyFans?
Yeah, I would date a girl who did OnlyFans.
That wouldn't make you feel weird?
I feel like I would go into it with that understanding.
Yeah.
If I was dating a girl and she was like, "Oh, I want to do OnlyFans," I would just want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be surprised. Like, "Oh, I saw your girl on OnlyFans." I'd rather it be like, "Hey, look, like this is what it is. So, you know, take it or leave it."
Yeah.
But I feel like I could get down with that, especially if we're like making money together. Like, I'm trying to get some of that check too.
Let's make some bags.
Take me out to eat. I mean, I see people making like 50, 60K on OnlyFans a month. Like, that's some crazy ass shit.
No, I know. I'm like, after my job loss, I'm like, damn.
Have you considered it? What would your parents think?
They wouldn't know.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Right.
They just downloaded TikTok. My mom did it recently, and like my dad did a couple months ago. I'm like, no, you guys need to get off TikTok.
Yeah, get off TikTok. You don't need it.
I'm like, I'm blocking both of them.
Definitely.
They don't need to know about my dating life.
No, please.
But yeah.
Do you know anybody who has a lucrative OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Do they give you tips on what to do?
I wouldn't do it, to be honest, just because I feel like it's everything that I'm against. It's like, that's not what I want to promote.
Right.
You know, I want to actually, like, women need to get back into, like, you know, the ball's in their court kind of thing. So that's not something, like, if I were to do OnlyFans, it would be a contradiction to my life and where I'm headed.
I see what you mean. Do you think there is like unrealistic expectations from both sides on partners, or do you think that one side just isn't living up?
I think it's both sides for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think what do you think guys like expect nowadays though from a girl? Let me not assume here.
I honestly, most of the guys that I talk to, I feel like they don't really want anything crazy. It's on the internet where I see people having like just saying stupid shit, or like celebrities saying stupid shit. Because I feel like ordinary guys just want somebody that obviously they're physically attracted to, somebody that makes them like feel at peace, and that they can hang out with and just have a good time with, somebody that they can bring around their friends and have a good time with.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really all guys want. Nothing too crazy.
But then why do they settle for the girl that's drama?
I feel like the looks is the one. It's really what it is. The looks and the physical, people can look past a lot.
Yeah.
I'm included. Like, I feel like you can overlook a lot of things.
So who do you think settles more, men or women, when it comes to relationships?
I think women settle more.
I agree.
Personally.
Why?
I feel like, well, one, I think because women they're not usually shooting their shot. People are shooting their shot at them, so they're picking. And I feel like when you're kind of relying on other people to come in, it's like, all right, I don't want to be, I don't know how often more guys are going to come in, or a guy that could match up to this one, so I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah.
And then when you're in it, it's like, all right, I'm kind of scared to
find something else.
Yeah, to restart. I'm comfortable. I've already put some time in. Exactly.
Where do you think guys settle? Like what? I don't know.
I feel like guys, in my personal life, I know a lot of guys who are just like man whores, just going crazy. And then I feel like they want to just like totally get away from that. And so I wouldn't say settle, but they, like get a committed relationship. I think the only time I would say settle is when I see guys dating somebody because they've been in the relationship so long, they're scared to start over. Yeah.
I've been there.
I feel like it's natural. It's like your body gets used to it, and then you're like addicted to that person damn near.
Yeah. And it's like they're giving me everything that I want, so why would I go look for that somewhere else?
Yeah.
Or I can still go look for that somewhere else, and that's when cheating happens.
Or why risk it?
Yeah.
What do you think about like polygamy. Is that ever going to be a thing that catches on with people?
Shit, not for me. But
Shit.
but I don't know. Maybe, probably. I feel like there's a lot more polygamy happening now than before. Could
you date 2 dudes? And they're
no.
It's too much. Too much. I feel like I could date 2 girls. That'd be fun. What you think, Reese? You date 2 girls? Special said, hell nah. He said 1 is good enough for me.
That'd be too much. That'd be too much.
See, this is my thing. I feel like you meet people and it's like, wow, they're really cool and I like them.
But they're missing this one thing.
Not even. Like, they're fine the way they are. But then I also like them too. Like, they're really cool and special in their own way too. It's like,
why can't I have both?
Yeah. And why can't we all love each other?
I don't know. Do you think that we were built to be monogamous?
I feel like the way our biology is, no.
Yeah.
It's cool sometimes when you just meet somebody new. Like,
it is cool to meet somebody new.
Yeah.
And I think the way that our biology is, like, it's
for a man though. I think a man thinks a lot differently.
I think that, yeah, that is true, because obviously a woman, you get pregnant, you're vulnerable, you're taking care of somebody, you're weaker than the other sex. So I think it makes sense for men to be like biologically cheating and ruining people's lives like we've been doing. But I think it's the attachment, the expectation that we've set culturally that results in the heartbreak. It's almost like you have to be an exceptionally disciplined and like focused
man. But I feel like personally, this is how I feel about that. I think that men who are living in their purpose are a lot more faithful than a man who doesn't have a direction.
I agree.
Because if you have the right girl by your side and you have a direction of where you want to go with your life, why cheat? You're just bringing more chaos into your life. Whereas guys that don't know what they're doing, they're going to dip around all over the place. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel like me in my life, I'm ready for a girlfriend. The girl that I had been dating, how far are we in this? 20 minutes? All right, I think this is good enough. I feel like all the casuals have left by now. So we can get a little personal now. All the casuals is gone. All right, great. So yeah, I was dating a girl, I feel like for a couple months. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of ready. Like, we can, lock this down. And I asked her to be my girlfriend. She was like, I'm just kind of not ready.
So like, what are you now?
I don't know. What are we now? Are you
still talking?
Like, we're still talking, but for me, it was different. Like, it was, good morning, the night, the everyday, like, we're talking, chatting, like, I'm invested. But then after that, it was like, all right, this has been 6 months.
Yeah.
I can't just be giving the same energy, And it's like, I still like you and you're cool, but at this point.
It's like, where are we going? Yeah. She should know by now if she wants to be in a relationship.
And clearly she doesn't. So, I mean, I guess that's cool, but going back to your original point, it's like,
are you still getting what you want out of it?
I guess, but it's like, yeah, I am, but I don't know. I want a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of tired of dating everybody, but I am dating now, so it's like whatever. But kind of like you said, like, I have things going on in my life. I just want structure and stability, because I got other shit that is kind of
needs more focus.
Yeah, I'm not trying to focus on going out and picking up girls,
Yeah. Damn. So I guess as far as her, I feel like she's going to come around whenever you like settle down with someone else. She's going to be like, damn, what the fuck?
I know. I feel like I can't go back and be like, oh, you're ready now? Now let's get together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was ready. Now, now I can't. Like, all right, bet. Like, this is just what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, I would never.
Like, keeping that as an option still.
I don't think I would keep it as an option. Like, you'll never be exclusive.
On her side.
On her side. Like, she wants to be, maybe in the future she would want to be, but I feel like I couldn't do it.
No.
Just because in my mind it's
like you're not sure about me.
Now I'm the B team. I'm just I want to play my field. I want to play the field a little bit. I'm a hot girl. We're in South Florida.
Right.
And now it's like, I guess I would settle with Jordan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how like that's a icky feeling.
That's a really icky feeling. So now I'm back on Hinge and shooting my shot at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? That's
Are you actually?
I saw a super hot chick at Walmart. Super hot. I couldn't believe it, honestly. I was like, oh my God.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
You should be at Publix.
No, fuck that. You should be at Whole Foods, yo. What are you doing here? That's how I know. I'm like, you need a man in your life. Like, let me show you the way. Oh my God. Yeah.
So did you shoot your shot?
I did. She wasn't really feeling it, but I was like, oh man, like you look really good. Like,
Is that what's your like approach to shooting your shot?
Usually I just try to go with whatever feels right. I just try to be myself.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not one of those slick dudes on YouTube that be coming with the sweet pickup lines.
Oh, I hate pickup lines. So.
I like to just be kind of like smooth, like, hey, what's going? Like, I thought you looked good. I just want to talk to you. My name is Jordan. Like, what's your name? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I usually just try to introduce myself.
That works in person. That doesn't work online.
Right. In real life, it works.
Yeah.
What are you thinking when guys come up to you and hit on you?
It's usually weirdos. Like 9 times out of 10.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, it's shut down, but
define weirdos. Like they just say some out of pocket shit.
Yeah, it's just like someone with like weirdo energy, I guess, you know, like the guys that hit on every single girl in the club that like are so thirsty and like not that attractive.
They'll talk to anybody type shit.
They'll talk to anyone. I'm like, no, thank you. But I feel like guys that are actually like of quality aren't shooting their shot as much. No offenses. I'm not talking about you.
I don't be shooting my shot hellas, but it just happened to see a hot chick in Walmart. Because that's the thing. Like,
I think they should be shooting their shot more, but
yeah, when I like something about it is like when you see somebody out in the field, I'm just like, I have to say something because I might never see this chick again. You know what I mean? Why? Reese?
See, you look like you're reserved. Like you keep to yourself.
See, like sometimes I just like it'll be to the point where I'm uncomfortable if I don't say something. Like I have to say something. Like this chick is making me feel like I have to get in motion. Like I need to get active.
Get in touch with my emotions.
I need to get active and tell her that I can be everything she wants. Like you ain't never had that feeling, Reese. You're like, I gotta say something. She gotta tell me no. She gotta tell me to go away. You know, I can't block my own shot. This is encouragement for everybody. Don't block your own shot. Let them do it. You know?
it.
Just shoot your shot.
And if you get rejected, who cares? That's not your girl.
You might be a weirdo like Gabby told. You know what I'm saying? But
you're probably a weirdo.
But some girl think that you're not a weirdo.
Yeah. Not me, but
not her. But somebody. No, but what are some of the best ways that people have talked to you and like got your number, your Instagram, or whatever?
Honestly, I just feel like if I'm attracted to you, you can say anything, you know, and I'm still gonna like give you my number or Instagram or whatever. But there's not been like, I hate pickup lines. I think they're really corny and immediately shut down. I don't care how attractive
immediately shut down. You talking about Leonardo DiCaprio drops a fire pickup line. You saying fuck that?
It's not my type. So.
Oh, okay.
Also, I'm not his type. I'm not under 25.
Oh, right. I'm gonna say you're gonna be 19. I love you, Leo. You're lit. No, I feel that.
Yeah, but I usually like approaching guys more than them approaching me because I feel like if they're approaching me, they're approaching everyone.
That's interesting. I've never heard that from a woman saying that. Oh, like how do you approach a guy? Start talking?
You know, just be myself, like you said.
Really?
I don't know. I just be like, hey, it has to, I don't know. It has to depend on the like where we are, environment. Like if they're wearing something I like, I'll be like, oh my god, like I love whatever. But
I think if more girls did that, we'd have more successful relationships.
Yeah.
Way
I feel like girls need to drop the hint and then guys need to pick it up.
Yeah.
That's like a perfect scenario. Because guys, I feel like they're afraid because they're going to get shut down. But if a girl's interested, just say something, anything, and you'll probably not get shut down.
That's great logic right there. But as a girl, it's like you guys are like barely make eye contact and be like, I gave him a hint, you know?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I feel like that comes along with the confidence thing, though.
It does, yeah.
Because, I don't know, when I first got out of a relationship a couple years ago, I was like so scared to talk to anyone. Like I forgot what it was like. I'm like, I forgot how to spit game. Like this is not like me. Like who am I now? But you know, a couple times getting out there, it became more natural to me. So I don't know. I think that you just have to like put yourself out there and like you'll keep getting better at it. Even if it's a fail the first time, who cares? You're probably never going to see that person again. And that's how you need to think about it. Because if you think like, oh my God, my world has ended because someone rejected me, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? And you can get over that just by doing it over and over again.
Yeah, I've been rejected before, and I don't like what it is. What it is.
You're tough mentally, Gabby, because I talk to a lot of girls. They say they be crushed. If somebody
Yes, okay. So my friend recently, I stole her phone and I texted this guy that she was into.
I know she hated it.
No, she's like, just take it because I can't look at it. And I'm like, okay. So I asked him to go to like lunch or something. And then he ignored her, and she's like, I've lost so much sleep over this. I'm like, that's insane. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
She's like, I needed to put myself out there. I'm like, now you know, because before it was like, she was thinking about this guy all the time. I'm like, why don't you just shoot your shot? Just shoot your shot. Because you'll never know, and you'll constantly be going back and forth. Like, oh, I like him. No, I don't like him. I like him. Like, you don't know until you actually go out with him. So, he ignored her, and then now they're still at the same gym, and he still says hi to her, but I don't know, I think it was a mix-up, to be honest.
Well, I mean, hey, now we know, we would have never known before.
I'm like, now you can get over him and move on to someone better.
Exactly. So you did her a favor.
Yeah, hopefully. She's still losing sleep.
You saved her the anxiety of not knowing, though, because that's the worst.
Do you think that's worse than like the not knowing?
For me, yes. The truth sets me free. I'd rather know. Yeah, I'd rather know.
Yeah.
Wait, like just don't, and we keep texting all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Right. Hell no. It's gonna be like torture. No, I'm just
like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing? Sometimes you gotta send that risky text.
Risky, just to figure it out. Read between the lines here.
No, facts. Oh my gosh. So when we're in a relationship, Gabby, like, what are some of the things we need to be focusing on to maintain our relationship? We've been talking about like, oh, how do I meet somebody? Let's say you find somebody. What are some things? Let's start with guys first.
Yeah.
What should guys be doing to help maintain a relationship?
Oh, I mean, it's not my area of expertise.
What would you want your man to do?
But I feel like a guy who's healed and like sure of himself and where he's going and sure about their girl. I feel like a guy has to like a girl a little bit more than she likes him in order for it to work out. So if he's sure about her, then like, just listen to her, do the things she wants to do, and then she's going to be happy and you're going to get everything you want.
Why do you think the guy needs to like the girl a little bit more?
I just feel like women are naturally givers. So we're nurturing as like a species. So I know for me and for a lot of other girls, like when I liked someone in the past anyway, I don't do this anymore, but I would give them everything.
Way too wifey.
Yeah. Like I would really go the extra mile for anyone that I liked. And it wasn't like I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So I just feel like if a guy likes a girl a little bit more, he's going to be pouring into her to be her best self. And then she's going to also show up for him in all of the ways that he needs.
I think I agree with that hypothesis too.
Yeah.
I think.
Because, I mean, have you ever been in a relationship where the girl liked you a lot more?
I've been in situations like that, and it does feel a little weird.
You feel like, why? Like,
it's like, a little too clean,
Yeah.
But when you like her a lot more, and you're like, finally, like, hug me.
Yeah. Like, you feel a lot better.
Yeah.
And then you'll give what you want to give to her because it feels natural and it feels like you want to do that for her. Whereas if a girl liked you more, you'd be like, what is she doing?
Yeah, it's like, relax. And then you don't want to give as much because, like,
let me lead.
Then she'll like you a lot more. I feel that. So, would you agree that men are the natural leaders of the relationship, or they should be? In an ideal relationship, I guess, between the two sexes, yeah. But, like, also, there's very masculine women naturally that I feel like, I don't know, would prefer a more feminine man. And that's okay too. Like there's no right or wrong way to do it. And I feel like a lot of people get confused and like upset about this because they're more masculine as a person, and that's fine. Like it's okay. Like we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, but you just have to find the opposite in order for it to work, because you can't have two masculine people in a relationship or two feminine people, because that's not going to work either. Definitely. Somebody's got to take charge. Somebody's going to be like, go ahead, you got it.
Because I'm sure you've seen like relationships where the woman is fully in charge and you're like, okay, it may not work as good because that's not natural, but it works,
Yeah. I think it definitely is like like a one of those like rules except or like a what's a good way to put it? Like a bell curve. It's like maybe the ideal would be like right here, but there's definitely outliers.
Yeah.
I think the men who are confident. I think when you're in a relationship, it's like sometimes you're leading versus you're letting them lead, and like vice versa. I feel like the best relationships.
It's tango.
Yeah, it's a tango. It's like I don't want to say take these mashed potatoes back. I want her to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's fine too. Like there has to be a balance. Like I feel like I have a very balanced like masculine and feminine energy within me. Like I have my business, whatever, and that's very masculine. But then I also like. If I'm with someone that's very masculine, I fall more into my feminine. Like I can balance that out really well. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's really just a balancing act of knowing when you should play into which role.
How important is like the guy's job for you when it comes to picking a partner?
Important, yes. Because for me, I like work at home. I will never go back into an office ever again. So for me, in that aspect, I would want him to, like, have the capability to get up and leave whenever. Like, because I like to travel. So I want to, like, go to different places and experience things. But if you can't do that, then that's going to be a problem for me. I also would at least expect them to be making at the same, if not more, than me.
Sheesh, we can't all be fucking millionaires, right? But you're like, hey, my man can. What are you talking about?
Like, if I have that drive, I would want him to have that drive. I wouldn't want someone who, like, doesn't know what they're doing and, you know, is complacent.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
What if that guy, you know, he's everything you want, treats you great on the road. He just sometimes be like, look, I just want to fuck other bitches on the road. Like,
no.
Safe. You won't know about it just in the hotel. Like, you know, I'm busy. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No, not even a little bit.
No, I'm monogamous.
Okay, fair enough.
You? I mean, you already mentioned.
I mean, like I said, I think I want to be monogamous too. I just like to throw out things, especially things I heard on the internet. You
want to dabble?
I like to just throw out. I just want to see where your head was at. Me personally, like I feel like I want to be monogamous too.
Yeah. I mean, you just said that you would be
I said I was open to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to a lot of things.
Okay.
I'm open to Thai food and you know what I'm saying?
And Mexican.
And Mexican, right. Chinese. I'm in China, you know. Monogamy is cool. Having 2 girlfriends, 2 wives, cool, I guess. Like look, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just know that.
Yeah. Have you ever done that before?
I've never done that before.
Okay.
It's just some shit I've seen on social media. It seems interesting.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I don't think it would work for me, but I'm intrigued with the logic. Like, you'd have to be very comfortable with yourself, first and foremost, which I am, but I also don't want, like, my man to, hook up with other girls.
I feel like everybody would have to be attracted to everybody in that situation, like all 3, you know.
3 or
more. I don't know. It might be interesting to talk to somebody like, so you have 2 husbands and 4 wives. Like, how does that go?
I know. I want someone on my podcast like that. I just haven't found it yet.
That'd be crazy. All right, if I find anybody that's
please
poly,
send them my way.
I'm definitely sending them your way. Like, and I'm gonna watch that episode. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'm getting the popcorn ready and all.
Right.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's next level.
Wow. So, are you gonna ever do any like couples coaching or just singles?
You know, I think right now singles. Eventually, maybe, but this is where I'm at in my journey right now. And I feel like, you know, eventually when I'm like, I feel good in a relationship, I think that's when I can offer like legit advice, you know, on that. But I know like the dating scene right now, I'm very like, I know what I'm talking about in that. So
are you from South Florida?
I've been here for 4 years now.
Okay. So where are you from?
Orlando.
Oh,
or
okay.
like not Orlando, North Florida, all over the place. All over Florida.
Well, where are you from? Like
New York.
Oh, you was born in New York. Man, when did you move down here?
Like 3rd grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you a New York chick or are you a South
No.
Florida chick?
I'm Miami. Not South Florida, just
Not
Miami.
South, just Miami. Oh, okay.
I claim Miami. 305.
305 gang.
All day.
I love 305. It's so nice.
What are you? You're not from here.
I'm from Illinois. I mean, the Midwest, that shit is cold, dreary.
Yeah.
I mean, we had cool like hot dogs. Like You know what I'm saying? Like we had good Portillo's. Like shout out to that. But other than that, no, it's cold. I can't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't like.
I like the
cold.
girls down here better too.
Well, yeah, they're like the most attractive women in America.
Yeah, definitely. And it just
Like actually,
girls out here are cool. I will say that. Like you guys are just kind of cool. I feel like.
You think?
I mean, definitely a little wild, but I guess cool in the sense
I
that
don't know.
you can hang out and have
Quality?
fun.
I don't know.
Quality, but like when it comes to let's have fun, get on the boat.
Well, yeah,
Pretty
obviously,
cool.
who's gonna turn that down?
I'm saying like, all right, even just hanging out, like come over to the house, like we're having a party,
Yeah.
like cool. But I don't know. I feel like Midwest.
It's different here. It's definitely different here. I honestly, coming from Orlando, where I was like very attractive in Orlando, and then coming down here, I'm like,
Ooh.
okay, okay, it's humbling. It's humbling getting down here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I love. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people now that live here aren't even really from here. So that's
Yeah.
kind of been good to meet people from other places because the local Miami people, no,
They're definitely
they're a different breed.
they're like mad rude,
Yeah, and it's just like not all there.
kind of shisty. No offense, special. Like you're obviously an exception to the rule.
Are you,
but
are you from Miami?
what do you think about people in Miami, Reese? Like, how
But honestly, like the girls, because like making friends down here is a little difficult. I only have friends now that are from other places because the girls that I met from Miami usually aren't like you can't trust them.
They be loud.
Yeah,
Special said they be loud.
and
That's
the
for sure.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not into the partying thing either.
Good, ratchet. Some of them be like that.
Said ratchet.
Yeah, all that.
Can't trust them, right, Reese? Can't they fast around
Shiesty.
here. Shiesty. Right?
Nah, they
Shiesty.
don't care if you- Man, they only care if you know.
They said they
Yeah.
only care if you know. Ah,
Yeah,
that's scary.
it's tough out here.
Who do you think cheats more, men or women?
Oh,
Girls.
you think girls?
Yeah.
No,
Nah,
no, men for sure. It's
I think-
actually a statistic.
I think men for sure.
Men are 52% more likely to cheat than women.
It's girls that hide it better, right?
I mean, I would say girls probably hide it
Women,
better.
okay, so this is the thing. I think women cheat emotionally, men cheat physically.
Yeah. Men are just like, whatever.
But that's why the statistic is higher on the men's side, just because. I mean, it depends what you qualify as cheating.
Like sex outside the relationship.
Sex only, so physical. Men cheat more, for sure.
No, that's not sex only. It's not sex.
I don't think it's sex only. I think it's.
That's what I was that's what I was throwing out.
Oh.
I mean, kissing, sure. We can throw
I
that in
think there's an
there, too.
emotional aspect of cheating too.
Yeah, like don't be texting him. 'Cause you
Like,
cheating.
like the work boyfriends you gotta watch out for. Like, yeah, I feel like if you're not getting what you need out of as a woman, if you're not getting what you need out of the relationship, you're going to seek it in other places emotionally, because that's where that's what we need out of the relationship. So whether that be like some guy at work that like understands what she's going through, or like, you know, a friend that she has, she's going to be emotionally confiding in this guy where like she can't get that from her man. Whereas a guy, it's like, do you think you can love someone and still cheat?
Yes, I definitely think so. It's like I was saying, like, guys will just be, look, I didn't want to beat my meat, so somebody else was here more convenient. You know what I'm saying? And then like next day, it's like, all right, beat it. Like I got my life to get back
It's
to.
a tough crowd, huh?
That's really it. Men don't. I mean, we're just different. It's like, look, I got somebody I want to go home to that I care about a lot, but
Yeah.
you just got nice.
But you're
cheeks.
here.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, you're here for the next couple hours, but
Damn.
I'm about to live my life with her. You know what I mean?
You think a guy can be 100% faithful his whole life?
I think so. Just you gotta want to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What was the question?
Can a guy be faithful his whole life? I
Oh
feel,
yeah.
You
just
think?
yeah.
I could.
I feel like I could too. Maybe not like earlier on, I would have struggled, but now I feel like I'm ready. You got to get your mind right and kind of be a little mature and know that this is what you want. But
Yeah. And like her more.
definitely, I think like you,
Like her more because you're scared to lose her.
yeah. I mean, that's why I'd be shooting my shot as high as possible because I
Yeah.
want to be like, phew, look how lucky I am.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, I feel like I
I'm
could do
here,
better.
like-
yeah, like I hate the feeling if I could do better. You know.
Oh my God, that's so worth.
You said what,
What?
Reese?
Like she gotta make me want to stay forever too, though. Like,
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that's tough. If you're questioning as a guy, I think I can do better. You're not in the right relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Like my ex, I remember, I will never forget him saying this. It was on and off relationship for the longest time. And then we had a fight and we were like working on getting back together. And he literally looks me in the eyes and says, I just always thought I could do better than you. And I'm like, that like hurt my soul. And that like in that moment, we were both crying in a club.
Oh my God.
We were both crying to each other. I'm like, I don't think I could do this anymore.
Was that here in Miami?
No, it was in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
My ex.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you left that and said, I'm
Joke's
going
on him. He's still single.
Right. Are you not single no more?
No, I'm single.
Oh, okay. But you're in Miami, so you definitely are winning right now.
I'm definitely living the better life here, for sure.
So are you one of those girls like, oh, he pulls up in a Lamborghini, I'm hopping in?
I don't care. Younger me, different story. I actually, I went to this Travis Scott concert like a long time ago. This was like younger me. I would never do this now, but I went to a Travis Scott concert with my girlfriend, and we were leaving. There was no Ubers. And this guy pulls around with a Bentley, and he's like, do you guys need a ride? And we're like, actually, yes.
Yeah.
And we get to his car, and he's like, actually, no, your friend can go with my friend. Behind me, there was 2 Bentleys. And I was like, oh, my God, like, and she went in the other one, I went in this one. I'm like, we could really be like sex trafficked and killed right now.
Yikes.
But we were living our best life, and they brought us to a restaurant and got us food, and then we went home.
Nice.
In the best case scenario, and the worst case scenario, we would have been killed.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you get sold into like
would not recommend doing this at all.
Eastern European slave market or some shit. But hey, instead you got a nice dinner.
But now I would never do that. I don't care about like material things so much. If you're a good person, that means a lot more to me. Especially in South Florida, I feel like it's rare to find. So
they're probably not from here, right?
No, they from here.
They may or may not be. I don't know.
Yeah, Reese, you're a good guy, but I feel like you're in the minority.
A good man.
Good man. Good, strong man with values. We need good.
He said values? I don't know.
Yeah,
but a good man, yes.
He said, all right. Not too fast now. Oh, my God. I love it. I feel like with men, we're missing a little bit of like...
A bit of what?
All right, chill. Like,
not to come for you.
Yeah, let me say it. Damn it. Like, but I do feel like we're missing a sense of like...
Direction.
Definitely direction, like honor or like discipline. I do feel like
self-respect.
Okay. We're getting a little maybe self-respect too, but I think it's been kind of beaten out of it. I feel like a lot of guys kind of learn to be losers, for lack of a better term.
There's a lot of losers out there, yeah.
And I feel like it's too easy to make an excuse as to why and then to wallow in it versus let me do the work, bust my ass and get better.
Yeah. I also, so there was this study where they did, they asked participants, men and women, they asked them if they'd rather spend 15 minutes alone with their thoughts, with no distractions, no cell phones, no TV, nothing, or would they rather get electric shock? 16% of men said they'd rather sit with their feelings.
16%?
Electric shock, what is that?
Like get electric shocked,
like someone just getting shocking you know,
like
yeah, I'd rather sit down. I don't want to get shocked.
Exactly, that's the point. But more people are saying.
And then there was like 54% of women said they'd rather sit alone with their feelings. So more people for women would sit by themselves with their feelings than men.
Yikes.
Yeah,
that says a lot about men's emotional.
Yeah, so they do not want to sit down and think about feelings.
Yikes! I feel like because as a man, you're not taught how to process that shit.
Wait, by yourself though? You just by yourself?
By yourself with
just sit
no
there with
distractions.
15 minutes.
I'll just sit there.
That's what I'm saying. Like that should be a normal thing. Like people should.
I agree.
People should want to be like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. Like I love my thoughts. Like,
but like, do you realize nowadays that's very rare for someone to do, without phones, without social media, without TV, nothing, just sitting by themselves and just like
meditating.
Thinking.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
A lot of people don't do that.
A lot of people don't do that. I think that's why people are like not as driven or don't know where they're going because they don't sit to just figure it out. It's on the go, distracting yourself.
Yeah, I realized I was doing that a lot this week. I'm like, I need to actually sit down and think about my next move because everything's up in the air right now.
I can usually feel it when I'm just being driven around like
Yeah, life is taking you.
life is exactly like my unconscious programs are running. I'm just kind of like watching everything happen. It's like, yo, I need to slow this shit down.
Conscious decision making.
Yeah, especially if you want to create things, you got to be really
Discipline.
and intentional about what it is, because you could create something that you didn't want, and that's what I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people do in their relationships.
In life, period, I think.
Yeah, because they don't realize like, oh shit, like everything that's happening to me is actually my fault.
Yeah, a lot of people. That's the thing. I think today, not a lot of people want to take accountability for their own lives and what's happening in their lives. Like, you can let life pass you by and you're a victim, or you can, say this thing is happening to me for a reason and let me take it and run with it. And that's what I'm doing right now. But
That's what I really loved about Diana.
yeah,
Diana, she was like, all these things that happened to her, and she's
Yeah.
like, I just stopped being a victim and said, you know what,
Yeah.
I want to get what I want in life. I
yeah,
thought that was a really,
she's doing so well.
that's a
I'm
great message.
very
You
proud.
should
Of her.
definitely check out Gabby's podcast if you
Way Too
haven't.
Wifey.
Way Too Wifey. That's a lit name. How'd you get verified on Instagram? That's like not easy.
So I actually had a video that popped up on TikTok, and it was like, it got a lot of views, and a lot of news media took it and ran with it.
Lit.
Like the U.S. Post and New York Times, or like, I don't know. There was a bunch of them.
Cool.
And so I just sent in the articles, and they verified me. So I'm like,
That's lit. So you're like a legit celebrity, not just like
no, relax.
Doing the article, like if you on the news or something, you could get verified.
That's usually how they verify.
So
you.
yeah, with like articles that that news people have written about you, I had like at least 3 of them. So I sent them into Instagram, and I was verified actually, ironically, on my birthday. So I'm like,
Happy
what
birthday to
a
you.
great present here.
That's dope. Wow.
But yeah, so I got verified. Hasn't really done much for me yet, but I'm sure there's a reason why I got verified.
In the future, you know what I'm saying? The reason will
It'll come full circle. I'm
Exactly.
sure. Yeah.
This is one thing that I am curious about. As like women get older, do you start having different thoughts about dating, or is your strategy different?
Yeah. I think when you're younger, it's like a lot more of the physical and like how will they look next to me? Or like what message will this send to the world? You're not thinking about what your actual needs are. So you end up in a lot more situations where you're not treated the way you want to be because of how outside is going to look at you. Whereas like now when I'm dating very intentionally, and like I don't care as much about the physical. If I care more about how you treat me, who you are as a person, what your values are. Are they a nice person? Are they actually gonna like take care of me in like more ways than one? And then, it's just more about that.
Nice.
As opposed to like, oh, they look good. They're gonna look good in pictures and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
who cares about that?
Yeah. What age would you say you make that transition? Is it like
I think when I woke up at 28, I felt like an adult.
you were like, oh shit?
Like, honestly, you know how people are like, when it's your birthday, oh, do you feel any older? I hadn't never felt that way until I turned 28, and it was like night and day. I'm like, I have to focus now. Like, now it's like, it's go time.
Wow.
But yeah, it's different for everyone, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think some people never reach that conclusion. There's still like 50-year-olds that are
Acting like teenagers.
yes.
That's a good
Like, I
point.
have like my friends' moms that are like dealing with stuff that I would never put up with now in my life. So it depends. For everyone's different, but yeah.
I feel like I went through the same thing, but it was like with almost like work or slash
Yeah.
like, I need to have a side hustle. I need to like turn my life up. Kind of like
At
how
what
you,
age?
Like I turned 26 and I was stressed out. I was like, oh my God, like,
Like-
I'm not a millionaire. I don't have a fucking 3 Ferraris.
But I think that's what social media, why it's so toxic, is because you feel like you're so behind than you should be. It's like, I'm on my own path.
Yeah.
And like, what?
I'm stressed out now.
Yeah. How old are you? 26?
No, he's,
20?
he's a young guy.
You're 20-year-old?
Shout out to Special. She said, oh.
I don't know. I feel like even the younger generations now are more stressed out at a younger age because of what social media is portraying and like where you should be. And I feel like it's this glorified like life that people are living. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work actually that you have to put into it.
A lot of work. I would say the only I'll say the positive anxiety I got from that experience is that it does drive me to want to get shit done. And like, it got me to, all right, let me do my podcast. Let me edit this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can use that energy to drive you, but you can also use it to
become a victim.
Yeah. Beat yourself down, self-loathing. I've seen both sides of that coin.
Yeah.
Personally and in other people too. And I just think like, you got to be able to know that you're on the right path doing something. A lot of times you feel the worst when you have no motion going on. Like, you're not doing shit.
Yeah.
I think the number one thing I tell people if you're lost is like, take care of your body first. Like, when you start going to the gym, your mind starts clearing. Yeah, move. Get in motion.
Walk. Go on walks. Hot girl walks.
Hot girl walks. Yo.
Every day.
Hot girl walks. We need hot boy walks too, goddamn. I like that. We should definitely get a campaign around
hot boy walks.
Hot boy walks. We out here.
Of Miami. Do you know about the hot girl walks in Miami?
No, what is that? Oh, is that like Amber Rose's thing?
No.
Oh.
No, there's just like girls walk around like different parts of Miami.
Where are the hot girls walking at? Because I need to be in that area.
Saturdays.
Saturdays?
Yeah, every Saturday.
Where? In Brickell?
It's either Brickell, Midtown, or the beach area.
Who's the leader of this?
There's like hundreds of girls walking.
Hundreds of hot girls walking.
I shouldn't be promoting this.
Yeah, you should. We trying to figure out where the girls at. Like, where they at? Yo, they just walking.
I've only been once, but
it was a lot of hot girls.
It's just girls walking, like, and then so I met actually some friends from it. So I'm actually like hang out with them almost every day now, and we walk around our neighborhood, and
that's dope.
We have our own hot girl walk now.
That's lit, and you can bring all those people to the dating thing we're about to do too.
Oh my god, yes!
We definitely need to make that happen.
I'm actually so serious about this.
That could be really lit. Like,
I have some ideas on where we could do it too.
Really? That's awesome. We could have like champagne or whatever kind of drinks.
Champagne.
We could have maybe not open bar, but you know what I'm saying, a little happy hour.
Love it.
Wow. This is awesome. Gabby, where can people follow you if they want to keep up?
Okay, so Instagram, Respectfully Gabby, and then TikTok, Respectfully Gabby. All of my links are in the bio for everything else.
Dope. And you just got started with the coaching too now, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going through it, stressed out in your dating life,
figure it out. I've got the shortcut.
She got a shortcut. She can help you out. And she's doing it in Miami. This is like dating on expert mode.
Yeah. Honestly, though.
That's dope. Gabby, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
This was fun.
Hey, anytime. Well, I guess the next time will be when we do our event. But anytime after that, just hit me up. Promote all your shit. We can do it.
Yeah.